So good morning, my dear students. Today, I want to take a important examination point of your question mark. It is regarding in the unit 2. The title is Requirements of Software Engineering. Yes, we know a lot of experience about software engineering. So we can discuss about generic process model, various models in the first unit. Those models are using for what? How to develop the project, how to develop the software, how to develop the various technology sequentially. In this chapter, we're discussing about what we are required, the elements which are develop the software. What is the minimum or fundamental needs to design, to implement, to maintain the particular software and project sequentially. So when you carefully observe this word requirements, means what? The input will be converted as an output by the help of useful data, by using useful software, by using useful hardware. So these are called as fundamental elements to design the particular input as a output. As per software engineering language, we are called as these fundamentals elements is called as requirements. For example, if you want get a 90% marks in the subject means you should follow some kind of parameters. You should follow some kind of parameters. Good material, good teaching, regularity, like that is called elements. When you follow these kind of elements, at last you reach the particular result. 90% is possible, 80% is possible, maybe 100% is possible. Means some kind of parameters to help to design the particular resulting output, those are called as requirements. Those are called as requirements. Here, in the case of software engineering, we have depend on some kind of requirements. Based on this, we can design, we can write own definition. Here, I have implemented multi-definitions. For a practical purpose, you should take any one definition. But in the examination, you should write these all definitions. 1, 2, 3, 4 definitions are there. You can choose easiest one definition for the part of practical examination. Here, in the first definition, requirements engineering is the process of identifying, eliciting, analyzing, specifying, validating, and managing the needs. We want some kind of resources to design. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటండి, మనకు కావాల్సిన ఒక ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ ఫార్మేట్ లో మార్చాలి, రిజల్టింగ్ ఫార్మేట్ లో మార్చాలి అంటే మనకన్నా ఒక రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ కావాలి. ఆ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలంటే ఐడెంటిఫైయింగ్ ద గుడ్ డేటా, యూస్ఫుల్ డేటా, ఎలిసైటింగ్ means selection. This selection data is suitable for current software or not, current project or not. Analyzing. So what we want, for example, you want to write the C program means C software is sufficient to write it. So depend on software design. So which software is required, which elements are required, this kind of examination taken by the analyzing. Specifying, yes, I need this kind of configuration. I need this kind of elements for the latest technology. Old technology depend on old configuration. Latest software depend on latest configuration, depend on time period, depend on situation. You have to specify, I want this, I want this. This is called as specifying, like a explaining, displaying, validating how much useful for this. It is useful short time, long term, use for little bit of term period is possible, long time of time period is possible. It is called validating and managing, like a maintenance purpose. Collaborate this totally, we can simply design the one tuning definition is called, it is the process of identifying, eliciting, analyzing, specifying, validating, and managing the needs. Sir, I am feeling some kind of difficult about this definition. You go to next definition. Requirement engineering refers to the process of defining, documenting, and maintaining requirements in the engineering design process. Engineering design process. Also feeling some difficult, you go to third definition. It is the process to gather the software requirements from client, analyze and document them is known as requirement. So you can collecting or gathering the whatever you want information, then you take a analyze and documentation. This kind of process is called ఈ డాక్యుమెంటేషన్ కానివ్వండి, అనలైజ్ చేయడానికి మనకు కావాల్సిన రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అంటారు. Then based on these three definitions, we can make a new definition. It is systematic and strict approach to the definition, creation, and verification of requirements for a software system. Yes, software is not only for lines of code. So before maintain this code, we have to depend on blueprint of the information, raw data of the information. Now you take the raw data, then clean up the data, then you should write that clean data after processing display as a output data. I hope all of you may be getting the valuable information from these definitions. Please write these 4 definitions in the examination, may be helping to get a more marks examination point of view. Here, I am taking some kind of, what is the role of this requirements actually? We need some necessary elements, resources. So what is the purpose of these resources means? I have to take some kind of points are there. The appropriate mechanism to understand what the customer decides. Em korukuntunnadu? Decides means what? Is that like a imagine. Korukodam. Decides. So I want to create my something, for example. So if you want to prepare that model means what? First you search about the which requirements are suitable to make this kind of structure. Analyzing the need and assessing the feasibility. Means in the software development, analysis is a very, very important factor. Testing is one of the important stage. There is no good analysis, we can't expect the good result. మీ ప్రిపరేషన్ లో ఎక్కడైనా చిన్న మిస్టేక్ ఉందనుకోండి, there is no good preparation, no good result. Good material, no good result. Good preparation, good result, a good material may be helping to get good result is there. like that. Analyzing the need and assessing the feasibility. సో ఎంతవరకు మనకి యూస్ఫుల్ గా ఉందో అంతవరకు మాత్రం తీసుకుంటాం. A discussion for a reasonable solution. We will discuss with your experts, discuss with the related experts or skilled person to how to solve this problem. For a tuning results, a tuning solution, we can discuss about whatever we want. But the discussion never is there, Andy. So what the information is taken by the you and your neighbors or your team. Specifying the solution clearly. Validating the specifications, managing the requirements, they are transferred into working system. These are called as requirement engineering role. Yes, I'm writing here. Managing the requirements as they are transferred into the working station or working system. From this slide, we can simply find out 2 points are there. One is called the selection of data is very important by the user. Number 2, analysis of the data is very important factor is there. Write a C program, the given number is prime or not, means what? In the examination, in the example, in the coding, when you apply the phi number, its result is called displayed, it is a prime number. You should take 10 number, it is not a prime number. Means what? Selection of the data is a very important factor is there. మీరు ఇచ్చిన ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ప్రైమ్ నంబరే చూపించాలి అంటే మీరు ప్రైమ్ నంబరే ఎన్సర్ చేయాలి. ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్ సరిపోయేటట్టుగా 5 నెంబర్ ఇవ్వాలి, లేదా 3 నెంబర్ ఇవ్వాలి, లేదా 7 నెంబర్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ అ ప్రైమ్ నెంబర్ అని చెప్పడానికి. మీన్స్ what is suitable information is required, that only you take. It is given by the requirement engineering. That what I'm writing here. Managing the requirements as they are transformed into working station. You should transfer whatever you want. Specifying the solution. You can specify, so what you required, what you not required. That is important factors there. Then we go to here, next slide. Some advantages and disadvantages. At the same time, software development is a good platform to design the various projects, short projects, big projects, I don't know, but we want a lot of information based on this platform. Based on this requirement, I have to make some kind of list of advantages and disadvantages. Else, which is there now? Requirement engineering, software engineering helps ensure that the software being developed meets the needs and expectation of the stakeholders. Stakeholders, but users. Ensure that the software being developed. First, you decide which software is suitable for this project. Which software is useful for this software development. That requirement is given by the RE, requirement engineering. Second point, can help identify potential issues or problems early in the development process, allowing for adjustment to made before significant. Before finalization, first you rectify the problems, specify the problems. Then the problems will be rectified by the current solutions. You have to searching for the suitable solutions. Can improve communication and collaborate between the development team and stakeholders. Where the failures are available, where the errors are available, you want to avoid these errors That is only possible through troubleshooter. Those who are having the experts in the team, you can discuss with the team, then you can thinking about the current solution and suitable solution, then you proceed. Helps to identify potential conflicts. Conflicts means what? Requirements. Conflicts and consideration, contradictions in the requirements, which can be resolved before the software development process begins. Once the blueprint is perfect means you can proceed. Means sorry. Required engineering is a process to provide the user, developer, and engineer. How do you maintain? How do you follow? How do you get? Three terms are there. How do you follow? So, what is good or bad? It is a good information, bad information. How do you follow? So, which software, which resources are suitable, which configurations are possible, taken by the resource, the required engineer. Come to how to get. After analyzing, you will get tuning answer, tuning result, tuning project. These three are given by the required engineering is there. At the same time, I'm come to the back, right side, disadvantages. Can be time consuming and costly. Yes. One project may be taking lot of time is there. Sometimes it is a very costly purpose. High configured means high cost is there. These cost is only taken by the higher companies. Particularly if the requirements gathering process is not well managed. ఈ లెంత్ ప్రాసెస్ లో మనము మన రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ అనేది కరెక్ట్ గా యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోకపోవచ్చు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, వీఆర్ నాట్ వెల్ మేనేజ్డ్, sometimes uncontrolled. That time we are facing the problem. So short project will be take a short method taken by the short time, then you get a result within short time. అప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేస్తామండి, RAD మోడల్కి వెళ్తాం. RAD మోడల్, ర్యాపిడ్ అప్లికేషన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ మోడల్. మనం ఎంత ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్ నేర్చుకున్నామండి ర్యాడ్ మోడల్ అంటే ఏదని. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ర్యాడ్ మోడల్ ఓన్లీ సోర్స్ టు డిజైన్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్ విత్ ఇన్ షార్ట్ టైం. బట్ హియర్ sometimes long time, that time maybe our circumstances may be not possible to available regularly. Then second one, can be difficult to ensure that all stakeholders' needs and expectations are taken into account. Yes. For example, I want to start my project promptly. After some days, it is not possible by myself. In the place of myself, next one maybe come to here. My opinion, that person's opinion is not matching. Automatically, we are facing the problem, no? ఒక టీం ఉందండి, 5 members టీం ఉంది. ఆ 5 member టీంలో 5 members రెగ్యులర్ గా వర్క్ చేస్తే రిజల్ట్ వేరే ఉంటుంది. ఆ 5 members లో ఏ ఇద్దరు మారనుకోండి, ఆ న్యూ పర్సన్స్ అండ్ రిమైనింగ్ పర్సన్స్ మైండ్ సెట్ ఇస్ నాట్ మ్యాచింగ్. ఆటోమేటికలీ ఫేసింగ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇస్ దేర్. That's what I'm writing here. Can be difficult to ensure that all stakeholders' needs and expectations are taken into account. Can be challenging to ensure that the requirements are clear, consistent, and complete. It is not possible to clear sometimes. It is not a consistent, depend on situation. It is not maybe complete within short time, within a specific period of time. మీరు అనుకున్న టైంకి అవ్వచ్చు అవ్వకపోవచ్చు. We can't say. Then helps to ensure that the software system meets the needs of all stakeholders. Once you beginning the project up to ending, you should follow one by one. ఒక స్టేజ్ కంప్లీట్ అయిన తర్వాత ఇంకో స్టేజ్కి వెళ్తారు. ఆఫ్టర్ 1 and 2, you go to third stage. Depend on stage, you have to apply the requirements, whatever you want. Provide a clear and unambiguous description of the requirements, which helps to reduce misunderstandings and errors. By using various models, previous models, we have to make some kind of pieces of the project. You can rectify the problems in that small kind of area, then you proceed. That purpose, teamwork progress is a good progress always. One work will be taken by the one person means one result will be expected. The same work will be taken as a teamwork, will get a good result. Provides a solid foundation for the development process, which helps to reduce the risk of failure. That's what I'm writing here. There is no chance to take a large amount of risk. So required engineering will be provide some kind of resources, how to get a tuning result within short time. Make already, for example, there is no data means we are facing the problem. All data is there. By using the default data, you can proceed, no problem is there. So you know the answer. For example, in the examination, you should write continuously. It is not possible to idea, then you're simply stopping off your pen. Otherwise, you're looking for another resources. That is the very important factor. Here I'm writing. Changes in requirements can be lead to delay. ఒక్క స్టేజ్లో కనుక మనకి డిలే అయిందనుకోండి, once the delay in the stage, we can't continue for the project requirement. Sometimes middle of the work depend on variation of the cost, maybe that is will be taken as some disturbances. As a best practice, requirement engineering should be flexible, adaptable, and should be aligned with the overall project goals. Sometimes we have to imagine the big project will be counted as a small project. Depend on resources, depend on requirements. Once you imagine, we will starting with the big project, middle of the project, we will simply automatically count as a small project. Why? Because there is no time period, there is no sufficient software, there is no sufficient ideas. That automatically we have to simply imagine, I want to convert my big project into small project. It is a part of best practice. It's clear now. Then here some kind of steps are there, very, very important factor, ma. So these are very important steps are there. I think last year, I think this question may be possible. Steps in requirements engineering process. Lot of steps are there, but I want to give some kind of hints there in Telugu also. So please put a maximum focus on this topic, ma, helping to 15 marks in your examination point of view. 10 marks for essay type question, 5 marks per short type question. So I'm writing here, the requirements of engineering or requirement engineering process is an iterative process that involves several steps, including number 1, as per my choice, requirement elicitation. The requirements which want to use eliciting. So elicitation is one kind of important factor is there. How to do this project. So which requirements are possible to needed? That one I'm writing here. This is the process of gathering information about the needs and expectation of stakeholders for the software system. Needs. This word is a very important factor is there, ma. Needs means requirements. So which requirements are required for maintain the project? Expectations. What do you want to utilize and what is the cost of this project? What is the time period is possible? This kind of scaling is called or measurement is called expectations. It is useful to future or not, like expectations. But I'm writing here, first you examine the process of gathering information about the needs and expectations of stakeholders for the software system. This step involves interviews, surveys, focus, and other techniques to gather information from stakeholders. We have to gather from the various feedback like interviews, surveys, focus groups, etc., etc. Then we have to go to the next step is there, requirements analysis. This step involves analyzing the information gathered in the requirements. Elicitation step to identify the high-level goals and objectives of the software engineering. So what you examine the first stage, based on that information, you have to analyze it is useful or not. It is true or false. Requirements elicitation step to identify. First, you complete this step, you can simply inherit it, but the second step is there. Then automatically go to third, specification. This step involves documenting the requirements identified in the analysis step in a clear, consistent, and unambiguous manner. Specified. So I have to specify the particular information. I have to specify the particular information depend on project requirement. Depend on project requirement. That time, documentation is very important factor. So a document sarifada requirements manaki undali ante, so we have to require the particular specified material. Ela undalante material? Clear, consistent, and unambiguous manner lo undali. Requirements validation. So after specification, so we have to take a validation. This steps involves checking that the requirements are complete, consistent, and accurate. So how much useful for this project? That is taken by the validation. But this validation will be depend on the feedback of the stakeholders. Those who are maintain the project is taken by the feedback is given by the validation. I'm writing here This step involves checking that the requirements are complete, consistent. So up to complete the perfect result, the result will be taken as the requirements. How much consistency is available? How much accurate? So accurate is a word will be examined. That is a true or false. Requirements management. These steps involves managing the requirements throughout the software development life cycle. I don't want to discuss about the SDLC repeatedly. You know everything about SDLC, including tracking, controlling the changes. For example, is there any mistake in the second stage? You come to go to back and starting from second stage. You got a fourth stage, come to back and take a revision method. Complete each step one by one means what? The requirements will be needed depend on situation. Including the tracking and controlling changes and ensuring that the requirements are still valid and relevant. Up to useful, up to utilization, up to resulting. You have to make a filtration again and again. That is goes to here, requirements management is there. Then this the last one is there. Some kind of tools are helped. How to apply the requirements into the software development. Remaining all slides will be depend on this kind of slide is there. Observation report. మనకి అవుట్ సైడ్ లో ఎఫ్ఐఆర్ అని ఉంటుంది, మీరు చూసారండి. ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ రిపోర్ట్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఎక్కడ ఉంటుందండి? లైక్ ఏ పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, దే హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ ద ఎఫ్ఐఆర్ ఫస్ట్. After observation, they have to prepare some kind of report that is called FIR, like that. So before start up my project or software development, first you observe what you observe and what is my title, what is my requirements, what is my software, what is my configurations, what is my features, what is my abstract, what is my conclusion. These total will be taken by like a abstract report or observation report. Questionnaire. So for example, I have to take this project, how much useful, it will be taken by one kind of survey and interviews. For good feedback, it is a process to maintain the project. Bad feedback, it is simply stop of this process. Means feedback is a one kind of factor to say the user, you can proceed, you cannot proceed. Use cases. So which kind of sources is suitable? Suitable, very careful is there. Suitable requirements goes to use cases. For example, after completion of my project, it is helping to which kind of area, for example. That is called use cases. ఎక్కడ ఎలాంటి కేసెస్ లో మనం వాడుకోవచ్చు, ఎలాంటి కేసులో మనం యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. Use stories. We have to publish the entire features of the project like a stories. Requirement workshop. You should apply. You should apply some kind of workshop. How it is useful. Mind mapping. You have to make a one kind of mapping to your own CPU. How it is possible to design, how it is possible to testing, how it is possible to implementation, how it is possible to maintenance. Role playing. Student is not equal to teacher. Programmer is not equal to developer. Developer is not equal to analyst. Analyst is not equal to what is called some depend on situation. What is my role? I have to developer, developing the code. Analyst, analyzing that code. Programmer, design the programming. Nothing but, so you should first the requirements will be provided. This team only for programming. This team only for development. This team only for analyzing, like that imagination. We want this kind of tools are there. Prototyping or designing. So what is my model is there? Unstructured will be converted as a structure. మనకు అవుట్పుట్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, like a designing. First you imagine. So these are called as some kind of tools which are involved to maintain the software development. There is small information about requirements, software engineering. So please take a lot of reviews. If you not realize, I hope all of you understood this information. So before writing, again you take a review and listen carefully one more time for your realization. After realization over, please write this information in your notes. It is a very, very important question mark. 10 plus 5. Essay type question lo vastundi, short type question lo vastundi kabatti confuse kaakandi. Please take this question and topic very serious. 15 marks in your packet automatically. Thank you. Thank you very much.